Hello, class of 2020, parents, and anyone else who's watching from home. My name is Nick Handy, and I'm honored to be addressing you guys for one last time. This year has certainly been memorable to say the least, and has made my experience as student body president a unique one. When we started off the year, we decided to make our theme Unity Leads to Victory. And based off how our school year went, I don't think we could have chosen a better one. We started off with the goal in mind to make our student body more unified than ever, to make each student at Highland feel included, feel involved, and feel a part of the Highland family. We as students saw examples of this when we put on the most successful homecoming carnival that Highland has seen in years. Our goal as student leaders, students, and faculty was to raise money for our clubs, which we accomplished. We cheered on our teams to winning records, regions, and even a state championship. We attended musical and art performances where we saw our very talented Rams show off their talents. And finally, we put on many fun assemblies that got every student involved. As we headed into the final stretch of our senior year, we had many fun and exciting things that we were looking forward to capping off an already eventful year. Sadly, we all know what came next, and our plans that we had been looking forward to, which at first we thought had just been postponed, were eventually canceled. With that being said, even with the shortened year, we accomplished all these amazing things with the limited time we had. This COVID-19 global pandemic, however, had unexpectedly ended our senior year, and plans that we had been looking forward to since we were freshmen. The spring of our senior year, as we race toward the finish line, we look forward to all those things that come with it. Those things include concerts, sports, senior prom, and many traditions that come with the end of our senior year. Unfortunately, the most apparent one being our graduation ceremonies. It was a time where we could all come together in unity after all of our hard work to celebrate our biggest victory yet. I had always hoped to be standing in front of you in the Huntsman Center and giving this speech in person, rather than me speaking to a camera and you watching me on a screen. This is kind of strange for sure. The dream that we all had of being together and walking across the stage to receive our diplomas would not be realized. Now we have seen that unity can happen through all the people who came together to give us the best graduation we could have. Despite the current challenges, we have again seen that unity leads to victory. It is in times like this where unity is the single most important thing for groups of people to have. As a world, as a community, as a student body, and as the class of 2020, we have been unified and come together to show that we are more than this unprecedented challenge that we face. I would hope that moving forward, our theme would stay with you as we all go on our separate ways. With all of us leaving and starting our own paths, we need to stay united in our goal to achieve victory. With recent events cutting short our senior year, like generations past, this has been one of the defining moments for a generation. And like many generations in the past, it is up to decide whether or not we'll allow this to define us. Will we look back on these times with regret, or will we look back and be proud of how we chose to face our challenges? We must be the ones who decide our own fate. As Mahatma Gandhi once famously said, "You must be the change you want to see in the world." We have been faced with a situation that in the moment may seem unfair, and like our dreams that we have been looking forward to have been stripped from us in a matter of days. Out of nowhere, the end of our senior year had been taken from us, and moving forward, many more things would change. Everyone in their life must face adversity. That is a guarantee. The levels of those adversities will vary, and every single one is unique. How we choose to face those challenges is what makes us who we are. Through many years of extreme processes of heat and pressure, carbon atoms are crystallized to form diamonds. We, the class of 2020, are those carbon atoms, and we are now going through those figurative heats and pressures and are becoming diamonds. Never forget that. I am proud how we, the class of 2020, has handled this challenge, and like those past generations, I know that we will persevere, and in many years from now, future generations will be looking back on us and learning from how we chose to rise above our pressures to become diamonds. To my fellow seniors, as we end this chapter and begin a new one, I wish you all the luck in all your future endeavors. And for one last time, thank you and go Rams.
I've learned to slam on the brake before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare. No slipping up if you slip away. So I got nothing to say. No, I got nothing to share. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window, I try to speak but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window, can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? We start with stars in our eyes. We start believing that we belong. But every sun doesn't rise, and no one tells you where you went wrong. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window, I try to speak but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window, can anybody see? Is anybody waving? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? Would I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never made a sound. Will I ever make a sound? On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window, I try to speak but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. Waving through a window, can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Is anybody waving? Waving, whoa, oh.
Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. When we chose this motto for our graduating class, we had no idea this is how our senior year would end. It is ironic that this perfectly sums up how I feel right now. I have always known our class was very unique, and coronavirus has simply brought that obvious truth to everyone's mind. We are the first class to be taken out of school due to a pandemic, and hopefully the last. However, I believe this quote that we as class officers chose epitomizes what we should all be doing at this moment in time. We shouldn't remember the part of our senior year spent inside, away from teachers, administrators, and friends. We should remember all the good times we had as a class. We should remember when the Somewhere in Time seniors took the most dominant Spirit Bowl win in school history. We should remember the Friday night lights we were able to share with the people we love. We'll remember amazing performances from our theater department and dance company. We should remember going into Huntsman Center and watching our girls take home a 5A state championship. In the last month, so many people have asked me how sad I am that my senior year got ruined by COVID-19. I had the same response to each of them.
In 30 years, what class do you think that people will be talking about? We're getting recognition from LeBron James, President Obama, and countless other celebrities all around the world. We have a huge spotlight on us from this day forward, and I personally couldn't be more excited about that. To all those whose spring sports were cut short, guess you should have thought twice about playing football or soccer. All jokes aside, you handled that with class, and I want each of you to know how much we truly appreciate all you've done for Highland in these last 4 years. Highland has been my home, and you guys have been my family. I really wish we could be sharing this moment together. I want each of you to know that even when we're apart, starting our separate lives, we will always be able to look back and say that we were the Rams. I will always smile when I think of you guys, and I can't wait to see what each of you accomplish. Congratulations to the class of 2020 for this amazing accomplishments. In the great words of famous poet Megan Thee Stallion, you're all savage, classy, bougie, ratchet.
Dear class of 2020, what a year to graduate. Nobody would have expected these turns of events, but here we are. Never in my 4 years of high school would I imagine for us to end it in an untraditional way. But despite the conditions we're in, we rise to the occasion. I hope we can look forward and not have spite that we did not graduate how we thought, but to stay optimistic for the future each and every one of us holds.
Class of 2020 holds the brightest and most creative minds I've witnessed thus far. I am proud to be a part of it. I'm going to miss hanging out in the counselor's office while Heather repeatedly tried kicking us out. I'm going to miss Coach Sear giving us psychology facts during language arts. I'm going to miss walking in the halls and saying hi to friends and strangers. Hope you all have fun with your toilet paper and hand sanitizer. Go Rams.
No, I'm not colorblind. I know the world is black and white. Try to keep an open mind, but just can't sleep on it tonight. Stop this train, I want to get off and go home again. Can't take the speed it's moving in. No, I can't, but honestly, won't someone stop this train? Don't know how else to say. Don't wanna see my parents go. One generation's length away from fighting life out on my own. Stop this train, I want to get off and go home again. Can't take the speed it's moving in. No, I can't, but honestly, won't someone stop this train? So scared of getting old, I'm only good at being young. I play numbers game to find a way to say life has just begun. Had a talk with my old man, help me understand, he said. Turns 68, you renegotiate. Don't stop this train. Don't for a minute change the place you're in. Don't think I could never understand. I tried my hand, but honestly, we'll never stop this train. Oh, now once in a while, when it's good, it'll feel just like it should. And there are still around, and you're still safe and sound, and you don't miss a thing. Do you cry when you're driving away in the dark, singing, stop this train? I want to get off and go home again. Can't take the speed it's moving in. No, I can't, but now I see we'll never stop this train.
Hello, Ram fam. Hi, Highland community. I'm Principal Jensen. I have been at Highland for 27 years, and I am so proud to be a Ram. I'm a Ram through and through. And I have to say that this COVID-19 response, this community, our students, our teachers, it's just been an amazing experience, although not the ideal one that we would want for our graduating seniors this year. Nick just gave a great speech. I appreciate the thoughtfulness in his words. It reminded me the seniors' theme, or the school theme, Unity Leads to Victory, brought to mind a speech that I gave last year at Senior Sunrise, and I want to do that again because I think that it's very appropriate for our times. This is by William Ernest Henley, and some of you know it very well. This is called Invictus. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate, and I am the captain of my soul. These words so exemplify our senior class and our awesome class of 2020. They exemplify the endurance that our community has had from parents who have become teachers and helping, paraprofessionals all of a sudden, to teachers and students alike, and our staff. It's been an amazing experience. I usually start the graduation ceremony with a recognition of our veterans. I have them stand if they can. And those who aren't able to stand, they still stand by standing out in the pride of their enduring and their triumphal lives. This last Memorial Day, this last weekend, has really made me think about why we wear our masks and why we are distancing and doing the things that we're doing. We look around in silence, usually. We scan the crowd and we pay tribute to these most courageous and successful among us. Our parents and our grandparents, the last of the greatest generation, and the beginning of the baby boomers. They've been the most on our minds as we grapple with the strangest of life interruptions that any of our generations can remember. Right now we wear masks, and many of us refrain from hugging our parents and our grandparents. The most basic human need of closeness to one another has been put off, however temporarily, to stave off any harm that could come from contact. you are sacrificing to help maintain our elders, for those who have underlying conditions, and for yourselves. We mourn the loss of loved ones who have perished and honor their place in our collective hearts. Yet we find opportunities in new challenges. Virtual learning and teaching, it's been an extraordinary challenge for everyone, and many have risen to meet it head on, even embracing this version of what has been overly advertised as the new normal. I'm so very proud of our Highland community. Our parents have stepped up to the plate, our teachers and staff have been resourceful and they've been creative, and our Highland Rams have put in such hard work in the continued quest of knowledge and preparation for whatever defines their next level. It's been my pleasure to serve this community the last 27 years, and it's my sincere pleasure to announce this Highland High class of 2020 to the whole world. Thank you, and God bless.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn. We are glad to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you.
Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime, so let me say, for in part so much of me is made from what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a street docked by a skybird halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a sea dropped by a bird in love. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Graduates of 2020, I am honored to be a part of this celebration, a celebration of each of you. Tonight, one door is closing and another is opening. As you step through, try to be a good example, one that conveys hope, courage, acceptance, and tolerance. Your lifetime search of who you are is connected to the relationships, the knowledge, and the current history that is unfolding around you. Always remember, not everyone has the same opportunity, but my hope is each of you will not be afraid to stand up, raise your voice for a better tomorrow, stamp out the inequities around you, and create pathways for every person. Stay connected to those who mean the most to you. Be active in your community. Search out opportunities to volunteer your time. Share your knowledge and be a positive influence to the next generation. There is no exercise better for the human heart than reaching down to lift up another human being. Principal Jensen, as a member of the Salt Lake City Board of Education and on behalf of my colleagues and Superintendent Cunningham, I am honored to accept the graduates of Highland High School Class of 2020. Congratulations, go Rams!
Put on your Highland sweater with a big H letter and we'll show Corona time to fight. Down the field we'll thunder as we plow and wonder this is Highland's victory night. Push on Highland for we're going to win. Push on Highland high and fight. May word and deed keep you in the lead. Push on to victory with all your might. Loyal and true, we are always with you. Push when the game goes hard. From east to west, we know you're the best. Push on to victory. Rise, Highland high, we will always be with you. Go, Highland high, we will always cheer and sing for you to win. Highland high, our hearts will always yearn for the black and white, waving high for Highland. Bum 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 Highland, just the best will do. Keep your banners floating high, Highland high. Let your voices reach the sky, Highland high. There's a fervor in the air, you can feel it everywhere. Now's the time to do or dare, Highland high. Onward, Highland, we are with you. Every rival will decry. Always we'll be here to cheer you as we strive to do or die. I will keep our colors flying, true to them we'll always be. Hear your alma mater calling, on to victory, on to victory. We're going to win today, here's why. For the black and white, the Rams are going on to do or die. On the field today, we're going to try the same old way. And with all our might, we're going to fight for black and white. Oh, the big Rams are rambling, scrambling, rambling. The big Rams are rambling, scrambling on. Oh, the big Rams are rambling, scrambling, rambling. The big Rams are rambling, scrambling on.
Yes! Let's go!
Whew.